I don't know if you know this, but Borderlands 2 has a lot of guns. Due to unknown and conflicting reports, it's somewhere in the ballpark between 87 gazillion and 7. Some of them handcrafted as rewards, and others just happen to be a randomly generated bunch of zeros and ones with a downright silly name such as lite SMG. And with this knowledge of eldritch proportions, how likely is it that you can beat the game with the mindset that newer is always better? Can you beat Borderlands 2 with commitment issues? The basic rule of the challenge is heavily inspired from many comments that wanted me to do a Borderlands 2 run honoring the Mitten Squad challenge run of old. Basically being, if I ever see a new gun, shield, grenade, relic, or class mod that I meet the requirements for, I must immediately equip it and stop using the old one. I still have melee abilities, as relics, guns, and class mods can alter them for better or worse. And I didn't apply this logic to vending machines, as I didn't want to be able to buy my way out of a terrible weapon or shield. And for extra fun, I decided to stream this run on Twitch and YouTube, something I'm trying to do more of. Shameless plug. There's a little bit of shame, just a touch. The run starts with me picking my least played class due to his affinity with all weapons, and after picking a name of all time, we get saved by the equivalent of that one kid in school who always gets bullied without realizing it. My version of the game gives me goodies from the company that fumbled the series, something I drop regardless, like Andy drops Woody in Toy Story 2. I don't want to play with you anymore. As the bad bitch this man pulled by being goofy shows up for his 3 p.m. quote-unquote cuddling session. And my reward for getting forced to watch something that I really wish I didn't have to is a basic pistol. And now the real time of playing can commence forth. A seemingly robot lady is inside my head, because Ryan Gosling is literally me, and I'm commanded to do as she says, saying I need to get the funny robot to therapy, and I'm allowed to commit any sort of bad or illegal things to get it done, like murder and killing murderers, and causing death and dying to people who say game end. And the reason I'm doing these things is because a man who is so handsome and so jacked that it's in its name is apparently comically unkind and evil, easily finding out my weakness in an instant.
So if you could just do me a favor and off yourself, that'd be great. Thanks, Pumpkin.
Aw, well, he called me Pumpkin, I have to do it. That's the way you get me to do anything. Call me like a latte, but like without calling me the bad singer. For the happy clappy trap to get therapy, we first need to get him out of a bad relationship the only way I know how, by hitting the yoinkity splinkity before using some 45 ACP. And after getting a distracting pop-up like I started a new Fallout New Vegas playthrough, my ugly cycle of finding a new weapon and getting to replace it with a newer, funner, and better at pillow talk version can begin. And after someone tried to be of help, remember there being a button to drop your weapon without going into the menu, but I forgot what it was. Do you want me to just mash buttons on my keyboard? Oh, I can type! I can blast the empty village to be even more empty, and meet the man that awakened it all, Sir Hammercock. And the therapy for Trappy Crappy can begin with Hammerlock going deep inside of him. He can spew his exposition all over my ears, and to show my thanks, clear out any bullymongs causing a problem. Getting to level 3 means I can switch to a weapon I now meet the requirements for.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering...
A nice little pellet piece that not only clears the moglets, but also rewards me with a shield for my troubles. And since I do things in pairs, outside of good financial choices, I also get myself a new rifle, now being known as the Wanderer, with Shieldy on my left and Rifley on my right. I start the fun side quest arc of my life, deciding to begin with not only forgetting what I'm doing by putting down bandits and getting a pistol brand of the same name, but it also allows me to show you how I'm dealing with loot boxes. Yes, I know how rarity works in the game, it's okay. Alright, so like in this instance, I think I'd go left to right, so it'd be like so this would be like the newest weapon I would have seen. Or at least, that would be the way I'd do it, if someone in chat wasn't better and smarter. Can you do eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Actually, starting at the next one, we will do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We easily collect the fur to help Mr. Mustache be known as Mr. Cool Hat. Instead, he rewards me with pain, in the form of a sniper I'm not ready for. But after a quick quest of buying a shield, I can at least get rewarded with my favorite dialogue in the early game.
Would you like to do battle with a midget riding piggyback on a bullymong? If the answer is yes, please proceed to the southern shelf and defeat Midgemong for me. If the answer is no, you are stabbed and I have no desire to speak with you further.
It's true. Would you like some sound advice? Like advice about sound, or like some sound advice? Like advice that's like good. Get good speakers, okay. As a wise man once said, I have no desire to speak with you further. So on my way to take out the equivalent of Moe and Krill, or Moe and Lester if you actually played Deadlock, the beginning of the quest can get me to level 5, and the sniper from before can be my new main squeeze, to do nothing funny at all. Before our first childhood game can be played, alright, eeny meeny are not it. Let's go. And our revolving door of weapons can start, while I hotline Miami my way through the bandits and problems before us. Only to then get a bad pistol, oh sweet, another one of these shitty things, which turns into a worse pistol. Nothing against Hyperion style weapons, outside of the fact that they are the worst in literally every way, but at least this gun can help me with a little bit of spray and pray. We keep For our next shield and weapon can be the only thing that I care about in my inventory. Meaning now the terrible beast that might need a kick to the moon, and the weird dog it's on top of, can hit the bullet spread on our way to making that reality a backwards nightmare, as he instead sinks to the floor, and doesn't even ragdoll. Tragic. Now that any joy I could ever feel has been ripped away from me, I may now be an empty monster, but I can at least get ready for my next reward, with nothing getting in my way or going wrong. Before the swapping of a lifetime can happen. Eeny, meeny, miny, you are not it. It's this one. And did I get a new one? I got 2 new ones. We're going with this one. I don't want another shotgun. I really don't. It explodes though, so it's cool. No, it doesn't matter. Pistol. All right, I'm out. let's get the fuck out of here. Speedy gun. Aw. I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do about it. Only for it to get taken away regardless thanks to the reward system. Trapper's next part of therapy is going back home, which, for some reason, is through the most dangerous streets to ever exist. I guess if I was from, or Claptrap was from, I would be dead. Before we end up with a common revolver for the fight against the bros that boom. A fight that might as well be a normal encounter thanks to the downright awful damage they attempt to do, with at least one happy highlight to keep the TikTok fellas entertained. What are we doing up here? What are we doing up here, buddy? Buddy, what are we doing up here? Hey, what's happening? What are we gonna be doing today? But due to being the equivalent of this picture of Steam Happy, this accidentally allowed the robot that I'm helping to get stolen away, as I now need to rush after him. And to save time, no bits or funnies happen on the way to save him. I'm just fishing with myself. I was gonna say with the boys. Fishing alone. With Chad. The travel to save the trap starts difficult, until I get Funny Boom Boom Weapon 1, and find out Funny Boom Boom Weapon 1 was so good, they made Funny Boom Boom Weapon 2. Before the bad shotgun clan notices that I'm having a little bit of joy, and forces itself back into my not-so-loving arms. And even though it's not the weird style either, I still accidentally send it to the moon. Goodbye. Before we get a pistol style I actually enjoy, for like 3 seconds. God I hate this game. And with how you seeing how pretty much every encounter goes, from this point onward I'm not going to show every weapon, shield, or grenade I grab, from just how often they keep switching. So notable weapons, shields, and grenades, sure, you'll know about them. Every Joe Schmo pistol and SMG, nah. Fly away grenade. What? You wait until the last second to run from that thing. You must be some sort of psycho.
Say that again?
But either way, we can start to arm ourselves better and better as we go up the weird tower of Banditon, meaning it's now time for the most needed part of Clapper's therapy, talking to his old ex. At first seeming like an area that was just going to be blown past, before my lack of ammunition catches up to me. Oh no. Ammo gone. Or at least the lack of ammo would be an issue if the same style of revolver didn't appear for the 18th time. So the bandits and Captain Flynn can be as limp as me to that final The Boys season. For the prices have gotten so bad in Pandora, the boxes have become scammers. Huh? Shotgun Clan rises up. Dude, the game knows I hate this shotgun type. That's why it keeps giving it to me. And that shotgun that I hate and I can start to make our way to help Claptrap home, needing to clear out a bandit camp that are spawn camping a needed part to make the catch a ride work. Before I get to reminisce about the good old days, is it crazy that as a kid I used to think the thing on the scope was so cool when they were able to do it like this, where I can like see through the scope? I missed this. Why did they get rid of this? It's just like on the scope like that, and then you zoom in, it's like boom. Find out Sanctuary will be my kind of place, as they invented new slurs for my arrival.
You're never getting into sex work, you bloodshot skaglicks.
But if I'm gonna get the pass for entry and the pass for funny words, I need to save a fellow member of Sanctuary, needing to pacify the people who caught him. Before Mr. Reese thinks I'm with the IRS and takes forever sleep over paying taxes. An honorable death.
He was one of the first Crimson Lancemen I recruited to the Raiders.
Man, that's a bunch of words. Before we now need to make our way to the bandits who stole a power core. And while I don't need to finish the rest of them, I decide to be the taxman, not that one, and terrorize the people for blood, and get whatever guns they can offer me, while hearing something that the taxman definitely would have said.
You smell like my little girl. Look, boy.
Getting to show you what losing a weapon I actually kind of like does to me mentally. Before boom at Sanctuary, and getting to replace its shield power supply. And in return, we not only get a new weapon, but we also get to meet Scooter, while also hearing his very wise plan.
And B, or as I like to call it, plan turn this city into a floating ass fortress of airborne awesomeness.
Also, now is the time I show you the first perk I am going to be maxing out, that being Impact for the general gun and melee damage. And as much as I'd love to shotgun the story like any good challenge runner, I need to stay ahead of the level curve to keep making sure it's like whoosh, to make sure I can meet the level requirements, so I'm getting new weapons and items constantly. A good quest for anyone who doesn't want to be underleveled is doing the assassin is by fucking what do I have to say? Okay, it'll be funny. Is by doing assassinate the assassins. Not only are they rather easy to take out, but as long as you aren't jumping off buildings or dying from an issue of or lack of skill, each assassin gives you over 1000 XP for each one you take out. And with a number of assassin bosses I forgot to write down show up, for you to keep milking them for XP. Meaning we can walk away not only with some perspective on fear. It's one of those things where I don't like to call it a fear of the ocean, because it's not the ocean that scares me. It's the bullshit that's in it, you know what I mean? It's like when people say, oh, I'm scared of heights. No, you're scared of falling from heights. It's not turn it into something it's not. But also more than a level's worth of early game XP, and a weapon you can't use due to the challenge at hand. I also do another funny quest of killing bullymongs that keep getting their names changed, only to rehear my favorite Hammerlock quote of all time.
Bonafart. All of the vets right for calling them Bonafarts now.
So with every wiener booty sneeze taken out, I have a weapon I'm now attached to, and enough XP to head to Frostburn Canyon. Not only to loot this guy's stuff. Don't scavenge my stuff. But because I need to fight the fire people with the worst weapon for it. Oh no, this is a bad time to have something like this. But we're here because the fire fellas seemingly stole the leader of Sanctuary, and we need to get him back. Quickly stroke one out for mancakes. No fapping. You can't tell me what to do. And make our way into the Bloodshot's base. Needing to keep using that shotgun that I hate. New gun. A shit gun. A really okay gun. Something I'm obviously not too happy about, but I get less happy when I come into contact with a weapon type and style I actually enjoy. Just for another shotgun to show up like that X you wish you could forget about. Oh my god. Anytime I get a weapon, I'm like mildly being like, yeah, it's bring a gun, and then boom, random ass shotgun nobody asked for. But my ex doesn't have a chance at stopping me from meeting Lilith, even if she stands a little too fast for the non-existent lunch that she had. She's thankfully still in girl boss mode, getting to be an actually useful boss, as she's able to help me clear out these people that act like they have both seen and contributed to her, let's say, internet presence. Porn. Either way, we do our job, find out this universe has its own version of the Biden Blast, and we can get a few other much needed upgrades. And our next attempt to save Roland goes tits up. So it's off to the desert with my car that's really scared of spiders to meet insert pyrocynical reference here. We need Ellie's help making a car, so we can ghost ride the whip enough to impress Flanksteak to let us in. And while I basically need to do it myself,
I got one right over yonder that I crushed with the driver still inside. My bad.
which doesn't help in my descent of going crazy. Making my way downtown in the sand, gotta go start me a rock band. I've decided increasing the car insurance of the Meat Bandit people isn't something I have trouble doing. until I have trouble doing it, as I get distracted with a side quest of ruining people's fun. A challenge runner deserves a little bit of side quest, you know, as a treat. I need to get some buzzard parts and leftover gas to ruin a volleyball net. We can't finish the quest without a fire weapon, something that would be a problem until a fire pistol-shaped locker can help a homie out. So I can now be taken to my knees by the shirtless man to make someone who's a big fan of Top Gun very, very happy, giving me a weapon much better for taking down any chance of these bandits getting decent car insurance, with nothing bad happening to me in return. And now with a car that makes us look like radical bad boys, we can easily trick them and make our way towards rescuing Roland. Step 1 is taking out Madmaw and his Discord kittens, something so easy that we can just make our way into the base. Finding and using the worst grenade of all time, even if its VeggieTale style hops are a little funny. What is that? What is that? Okay, well grenades are gonna suck till I get a new mod, and its comedic timing is on point. Go with. I forgot I had the shitty grenade. I know he's coming back. Heard me talking shit. And even with said bad grenade, the people who order normal bread from Little Caesars can't stop me from getting to the toilet of the base, made easier with an actual weapon. Something I don't get to enjoy for long, but even with it, Mad Mike is still here to make my life a hell that I am living. The corrupt YouTuber tries to be a good person. Whoever's watching this while driving, you should maybe do one of those. As much as I want that ad revenue, I can only get that ad revenue if you're alive. And after a few tries, Mad Mike can still meet his end, but in a way that can only be considered a draw. So to regain some respect, I take the plunge to make up for such a failure. But fate decided to give me the biggest hex and boon I've ever seen. Oh, fuck me. This is gonna be the best and the worst time ever. Oh, and while the bandits enjoy this a little too much. Let that guy do the Dark Souls moan, what the hell? We can make our way to Roland, but saving him isn't as simple as meeting him. We need to make our way across the Bridge of Despair in Upsetty, needing to make the whole journey to defeat the Warden before it leaves. Good thing I'm not picking up random weapons or being goofy. Okay, buddy, you're alive. I saved you. Everything's fine, man. You can make it. You're gonna do fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh no, he's got nothing in there. No, he's gone. It also doesn't help that I'm burning through ammo and playing a mini game for loot. Oh fuck, eeny, meeny, miny. All of these factors mean by the time I even get to the Warden, his timer is already pretty much up, and he flies away to a much more annoying place to be. Since I seem to be making up for more failures, I make the big-hearted woman even happier. Redeemed, I make my way to save Roland, who hopefully didn't die of boredom, or some kind of handsome jacking. I arrive with the worst SMG my hands have ever held, but thankfully the sniper gods can shine upon me, getting just enough ammo and damage, and I mean just enough ammo and damage, to be able to save Roland. We finish clearing out every loader that Hyperion sends at us, to confirm that Roland is happy and safe. I do a few more side quests to stay on top of things level-wise, getting a funny line I've never heard until now.
I haven't recovered. You just duct taped my legs to these pogo sticks.
That is not funny at all. That's not funny. Also getting a wombo combo of side quests at the ready, heading back to the last area to deliver pizza to the adult age mutant bandit wannabes. Something only possible after getting my least favorite TF2 class's best weapon to take on a man named Flinter, before rushing over to try and make AI happy, until it's AI, so it gets depression as it learns nobody likes it, outside of child enjoying billionaires. So it allows me to turn it into a gun, because funny, and I finally get ready for some more main story.
Handsome Jack is gonna kill us all unless you can stop him.
He means hi. That's his way of saying hi.
The plan is simple. Handsome Jack has a train in the Tundra Express, and we thinks it has the vault key inside of it. And while I was avoiding the use of vending machines for weapons and items because if I had a poopy weapon, I could just buy a new one, the game told me I needed a fire weapon for this part, which I think was a lie like 3 seconds after I bought it, but it is what it is. The weird fire weapon is used regardless, as it was needed to wake up Mordecai after he turned into a human and had to bury Rigby. also known as a sad, lonely man. I'm not really sure why we had to wake him up, as we just instead asked Tiny Tina for help. We need to find 2 rockets she calls big booties for some reason, rockets that aren't really hard to get, as the only hard part was some gambling distractions. Maybe a little bit of gambling as a treat, just a little bit of gambling. And while it's a great way to try some not awful weapons, we can pretend child working laws got thrown out the window, so we can take Tower Destroyer 1 and Tower Destroyer 2, meaning we now have our 9/11 quota met for the video. Thanks, gamer subs. Before it's time to take on Wilhelm, no scream. A fight that I'd always kinda hated, as our bosses talk about some "don't fight it almost killed us," only for it to be the easiest fight to ever exist. Like straight up, this weapon might be pretty alright, but Wilhelm is much too easy. Honestly, the last easy story-related boss that we're gonna be fighting. However, now that I'm a grown man that pays taxes and clicks no when Walmart asks me to round up to the nearest dollar for charity, I know why. This fight was so easy, as fighting and destroying Wilhelm gets us a tampered with power core for Sanctuary, something that almost gets Sanctuary destroyed entirely. But thanks to Scooter's plan and Lilith being cool, she gets us out and the rest of Sanctuary to a safer place. Man. I guess Sanctuary no longer borders the lands. Ew. And after remembering this isn't the run with mancakes, I can start some more XP farming, something my chat is very happy about. Side quest maxing lesson! Part 1 is find a man named Will's old loot that is trapped, easy to clear for easy XP, and a cool weapon that gets replaced with floor gun. Fucking goodness gracious, it doesn't matter. And the next is helping the child kill a man who is mean. And by mean, I mean this man pulled a Novak by selling and killing her parents. So I need to head to the camp, lead Mr. Fleshstick back to Tina's abode so she can torture the man while pretending it's a tea party for whatever reason. But with every tea sip and crumpet thrown into the trash can, I'm allowed to have the gatekeep girl boss gaslight pistol, meaning I'm allowed to walk with it until a not as cool weapon gets magnetized to my mitts. My new gun's gone already, so that sucks. Fucking random ass Jacob sniper number 87, yippee. Look to the left, that was my fault. Before we make a Weird Al version of Sexy back and take him to the fridge. A hallway that's lying about being a hallway is used mostly just to get to the other side, so we can learn that Sanctuary is okay. And for us to get back to it, we need to make our own teleportation station. Eat that one, Eminem. And to do that, I'm gonna sneeze. I've been edging a sneeze for way too long and it fucking sucks. And to do that, we first need to break into a Hyperion facility to get a supply beacon that gets eaten by a Thresher. But since I don't know any skateboard ball, I have no problem killing what I thought was a Thrasher to get it back. We then power up and use it to tell the people on the moon, if they don't get us a teleporter to Sanctuary, we will legally be required to kick every child to the moon, to legally make them the moon's problem. And after 5 Jimmies have landed, the moon gets sick of it and sends us the fast travel machine as requested, which gets us back to Roland, who is happy to see me. He uses his new dance from the Fortnite item shop, and before any more main story grinding, I make my way to the place that the internet told me would be best for grinding levels. That isn't in the DLCs. On the way, I can talk to the person who's been plaguing my comment section as if it was a hostage situation. I don't even get the joke because I haven't played the game. I haven't played Expedition 33, so I don't know if there's actually a move where she uses her feet or if you're just haha foot fetish. It'd be funnier if it's the former, but I have a feeling it's the latter. For it's Caustic Cavern time, a place where enemies level with you, and some of what you fight can be worth thousands of XP. And even when weapons go from bad, oh that shotgun that I hate, to bad to electric boogaloo, the cavern and some side quests can get me to the right level to raid the bad wildlife torture facility. The loot in Handsome Jack's backyard is rather mild, and downright upsetting sometimes. No. But either way, we can still easily and very carefully make our way to save Bloodwing, who somehow got captured while Sanctuary was getting saved. I didn't really pay attention. We also collect the slag samples. I'm not sure why, but either way, it's time to grab garbage and fight with Bloodwing to save Bloodwing. The first time in a while that while streaming made me feel the stupid streamer curse. While the fight feels like a bomb while I'm the equivalent of a coughing baby, the people in the chat can teach me, hey stupid streamer, if you move away from the shockwave as it comes to dive, you don't take damage. And since that's pretty much the only thing to worry about, Bloodwing becomes Deadwing, and it turns out shooting it so much put it in the perfect HP threshold for Handsome Jack to turn Bloodwing, oh man, into just blood. And after a loud war-related cry, I can see Claptrap hit the crazy mode while describing why I now hate Marvel Rivals. He's invisible. No, I hate the game. I don't even hate the game, I hate the community that the game has. I could have much more fun playing any other game, I just don't want to play Marvel Rivals. And speaking of Marvel Rivals, Roland shows off his main as I need to go to a place filled with slap bandits. The reason I'm here is I need to get to the king of said slap bandits to deliver an important note. Something that basically turned into me pressing W and M1 like I'm a pro pyro player. Also find out that poking the bear makes him order a 4-syllable drink. Just an hour-long rant session today about Bungie Marathon of Destiny. I'm glad I wasn't there. Was it mayhaps because I sent the Destiny 2 Minecraft server? Was that a bad idea? Was that a bad thing to do? Smile. But thanks to some lucky item drops, I can clear the bandits, and I can finally order my Happy Meal.
So what you want?
And even while a little distracted, I know the next thing that needs to be done. And having my aim training finished, I can instead do the actual next thing that needs to be done, which is basically just destroy some very easy to destroy beacons. And with that somehow being all it takes to convince him, the Slap King is now ready to work with us. With his additional support, we can now head to Opportunity, as we need to go to a place called the Bunker, and the way we get inside requires Jack's voice, a key we can craft ourselves by taking down his body double, even if killing him makes us both think that we're Walter White. And with the Pocket Watch, we can upload the voice samples he has for our own personal use. Simple and easy in and out quest, before we get the consequence of needing more levels. Please, 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 damn! So it's back to the mines. You might think I'm heading to the mines so I can be a miner. But it's not only for the Minecraft Easter egg, and not even for the badass creepers who give almost 900 XP. It's for the Queen Spider Ants that drop about 3 times that XP. And many other ants that give decent XP when killed in waves. But the main idea here for farming is kill everything, or just the spider ant colony, save and quit, and repeat until you get to level 25. Let's go! After that we can head to Claptrap, who we need to convince should go to 1,000 cuts. Something I'm told should be hard to do.
Minion! Let's go to 1,000 cuts!
Yay! And now that we craft in it, we can start to head into the worst quest of the main story. It starts with needing to take care of a big angry robot guy, who spawns more big angry robots, who has just enough HP on his own that throwing myself at it isn't really going to cut it, no matter how many times I try. Oh, he's 1 HP! Until robot finally go boom, and I need to do the rest of the fucking section. Most of which not as difficult, even having an easier to kill constructor, but I at least have a better weapon, which is needed to take out the autocannons so the Slab King's troops can fly in. And even though they don't help that much, the real bonus is making Daddy Gamersubs very happy. 9/11! Let's go! Yippee! But turrets are dead, but soon so am I, as the bunker isn't a place, it's an awfully designed boss. The general way I've always done this is hammer down on its weak spot, and before you have too much fun, also shoot out the autocannons on the bunker to make Brick and his slab boys happy, and so they die a little less. And with a lack of ammo falling from the sky, I need to make my way back to the vending machine to trade my monies for good and/or services. So it would be easy, until you remember that I'm doing a challenge, and a new weapon comes in to foil my plans. And while at first it wasn't a big deal, as it was bonus of having more ammo than the last weapon, the lack of damage was really holding it back. So when I do nothing but waste 300 bullets, that's when the worst happens. No! Not one enemy, please! I'm dead. It's over. This makes me open up a weapon case I was saving for after the fight, winning myself a rat weapon. That means this is going to be a breeze. And there we go. This run in a nutshell. As it turns out, judging this book by its cover was for once a bad idea, as this gray SMG was an actual lifesaver, Getting to send so many bullets to a weak spot did wonders, even if the ammo trips are still very much needed. Add a safer spot to shoot said lots of bullets, and the bunker can be taken to its grave. Yeah, baby! We then need to deal with a loot explosion, and instead of the usual method, I just find the funniest name of the bunch. I might do the oppressed. He's oppressed no more, he's mine. And we make our way inside the tower, finding out that we're here to kill the lady in my head. Jack tries to say, please don't do it, no, ahaha. But that only makes the people who can help appear. They mostly kind of do it for me while I just have fun with chat. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down. Yes, fuck the lemons. But with that, the injectors are gone. Angel says her goodbyes to her fathers. Fathers? And Angel says goodbye to her fathers. Fuck. And Angel says goodbye to her father.
You're an asshole.
And I do what I need to make sure I'm getting my paycheck. Just in case. Just in case. I don't. No, just in case. We then lose anyway because no one has ears or eyes to hear or see this man teleport. That means Jack wins the girl and gets to be the champion. Except, say psych right now, as I don't die. I just reappear and rob a man without knowing I'm robbing a man. And it's time to save Lilith and the world. But mostly Lilith. For that to be possible, we need to make our way back to the Iridium Blight. Not only to take out a King Donkey Kong, but also so we can deal with some of King Slab's enemies, which will help us get to some place Jack has blocked off. Before we need to first ascend the Inferno Tower. For that to be possible, we need to kill more people. You know, a common trope in games where you commit many kills on people who are bad, even if some of them try and go to heaven. And he goes. But after they learn what Charlie's Inferno was about, just kidding, he's going to hell, Lilith becomes the new lady in my head, and I need to make the leader of this place's buzzard explode, making sure that his insurance won't cover it, while also making sure not to look at the damages, to make sure he gets a little scared.
That slap just blew up my buzzard without even looking at the explosion! But I ain't scared! I'm coming down and you're gonna die!
Sounds like you can take the elevator now.
Sounds like you can take the elevator now. But the only insurance Mortar needs to deal with is life insurance. Or, well, I guess his next of kin will. You can see the effects of this challenge taking a toll on my brain. Sorry. I'm just really ready for this to be over. I thought this was going to be done like an hour ago, and I still probably have 2 hours left. But brain bad or not, we can collect boxes, throw myself off a building, and finish the quest before I decide to do big dumb stinky bad thing. Because I'm a big dumb stinky man who does big bad dumb stinky things. I see that I'm underleveled for this mission, and decide to go through with it anyway, which not only makes the enemies hard enough that dying to kill one of them becomes the proper play, but meaning anytime I try and get a new weapon, I instead get jack diddly squat, and lots of pain. If you do a funny challenge like this at home, I recommend not doing what I did. Not only to be pushed further into an upset rage, he's losing it. For me to lose it, I would have had to have had it, Mr. Penguin. Think about it. Think about it. It's like when a company says they lost $1 billion to piracy. You did not lose $1 billion. You didn't have the $1 billion. You feel entitled to the $1 billion that you quote unquote lost to piracy. Think about it. Think about it. Not only am I stuck with a bad weapon in the remember Dark Souls 1 location, but due to the Saturn burger, the only way past it is simply running, instead of all that fighting at shenanigans, leaving me not only in a sour mood despite this being a rather fun and funny challenge so far. So after a bit, I instead try and get some levels from the area and the quests in it, like kill dogs and screw over corporation. And after some last jet loaders, I have a weird reward weapon. Run my way back for map data, and do a little more leveling to not repeat what happened for the final mission. Kind of showing off how addicted for XP I've become. I got one queen to spawn. One, I just need one. I just need a little bit of XP. I just need a little bit of XP, guys, just a little bit of XP. I feel like a crackhead right now. Come on, you're good for it. Just look, come on, you know I'm good for it. Just a little bit of XP. Come on, come on. And once I finally meet the level requirement, make sure to grab as many of the free things people want to give me, because I want to see how long it takes for them all to get swapped out. Claptrap and I are ready to end his therapy before a little bit of King Long killing. Come on, it'll be good, it's good for me as a treat, come on. And while it may be stupid, as it already makes me lose my shield and shortly after my gun. Claptrap can't pretend to lead the charge, as he needs to open a door, and I need to make sure he doesn't die doing so, clearing out a few waves of bots so door can open.
Stairs? No!
So that any type of pain and suffering can be helped by Funny Ragdoll. I don't know who to shoot at. They're all too... I thought that purple barrel would have done something. Whee! The trip to stop Jack becomes easier when Brick and Mordecai show up. However, once we clear this bridge, Brick becomes Twilight, and they go sing about airplanes and shooting stars. But I'm the one who could really use a wish right now. And despite being on par level-wise with this mission, this level still likes to take your favorite body part and run it under room temperature water, also known as Be Annoying. And even when an actual good weapon gets into my mitts, and the rest of my kit getting some upgrades or downsides, to even get to the boss fight, I still need to use this little hidey hole, and once I have my turret, use it to distract the big boy to allow me to get into the boss room. Run, go. Run, Johnny, like the wind! Whew! Like the wind! Getting one last weapon for the road, Jack gets his title card, but he himself isn't. If anything, he's rather just an appetizer to this boss fight before us. A first phase, if you will. Before, after easily beating him, he still makes the actual boss spawn, and is somehow controlled by him. The warrior, the guy who reminds me of Evolve. I miss Evolve. This boss, on his own, top tier boss. If on par level wise, the damage it does to you feels fair, and the damage you do to it even more so. Dodging his attacks feels fair and like not much of a problem, and the fight itself most likely would have been super easy if it wasn't for my parade to be rained on by one last great pistol. A new weapon now? Here? Why? Funnily enough, looking like the pistol you start the game with. And while with it more fun can't be had, the fight itself can still give me moments of stress. It thing chews through ammo despite doing fuck all. Oh, it's over. It's like genuinely over. No, it's like over. Oh, thank you for flying towards me like a dumbass. And either way, the warrior and Jack knows it's too late. Do one last loot scramble. Hang on, I gotta make sure to give me 1 second. And grab the perfect weapon before it's over. And while yes, you can do what the title and thumbnail asked, I did have one last thing to do for old time's sake. Oh, double win to start us off. Let's go, baby. This is my newest weapon and shit. Thank you all so much for watching, and show your support however you see fit. If you have any game or challenge you'd want to see, let me know down below. Remember to subscribe. It feels like getting more subs than BetterHelp before the end of the year isn't going to be possible, even though I still hate BetterHelp, but it is what it is. But thanks again. And of course, not as always, I need your help. I'm addicted to Deadlock. I already have like almost 100 hours. Send help.